Now I am going to describe about the admin panel HTML layout files. You see that this is a folder that is admin panel HTML and all the HTML files are here. I am going to show you what are here. If I run the login.html, you see that this is the interface, and here in the login HTML you see there is an email address and password, these two fields, and there is a button login. When a person will click on login, after giving the information, he will be taken to the dashboard. So this is the dashboard. This information can be changed when I will go to work with the admin panel. Now here you see that in the left side there is a drop down items, and also there is a setting page. I am going there, and this is a setting.html file, and in this page some basic settings as a sample are given here. And after that there is a form page, and this is the form, and in this form, in this sample form, this is the normal text box. This is a color picker. If I click my cursor here, if I put my cursor here, you will see that a picker comes, and from here you will be able to change the color. And after that there is a date picker box, and in the date picker, if I put my cursor, you will see that a nice date picker comes. If I click here, you will see the in order to change the year, it comes here, and all the months after a particular year comes like this. And also if I click here, you will see that I can go back to the previous dates in a very easy and convenient way. Then from there I will just select, and it will come here as a date. There is also a time picker, and you see that the hour and minute you can also change from here. There is a normal text area here, and after the text area you will see that there is a nice text editor also. And after that there is a photo upload option, there is a photo, and then a submit button. Then I am going to click on the table from the left side. You see that the table.html file comes, and here you see a sample table here, and in this table I used a data table here, and from here you can search anything like this. So in this way, and here you also see there are total 3 icons here. If I click on this icon, first icon, then a pop-up will come here. This pop-up will show the detail of the particular row information. There is also a edit icon, and another icon is for delete. If I click on the delete icon, a pop-up will come, and it will ask if you are sure want to delete the information. And there is an invoice page. You will see that a nice and clean invoice interface is given here. When I will work, I will change or modify the information here. And in the top side you will see that there is a front end button. If you click on the front end, then it will take you from the admin panel to the front end of the website. And here you see there is a photo of the admin, and also if you click here you will see two options. One is edit profile, another one is logout. If you click on the edit profile, then you see the admin will be able to change his profile information and his profile photo from here. If the admin click on the logout, he will be logged down and he will be taken to the login page. And I also created another page for the forget password. If I click here, you will see that this is the forget password.html page. This is a sample, and if I write here reset password, you will see that for resetting the password this form comes. So this is in short all the HTML files that are given here in this template. Now if I want to open this with my editor, then you will see that it will look like this. All the files are here. If I go to the login.html, you will see that the login page code is given here. This is a very nice and clean code for the template. In the similar way, if I go to the index.html, you see that this is the code for the index.html page, that means for the dashboard. In this way all the codes are given here, and I will work those later. I hope you have understood about the admin panel template HTML files. Now I will start working with the admin panel template mastering. How I can start the mastering system? You know that I have already the complete admin panel HTML files that is into here. You see that in the admin panel HTML folder I have all the files. Now I will just convert all these into the PHP files first. So my first task is to create some basic PHP files that I will need. Here you see I created a folder that is admin panel PHP folder. If I go here, you will see that there are two files. These two files are actually all the PHP necessary codes I put into one text file here, and all the payment codes into here, so that I will take help from these two files when I will just start writing my codes. So you will understand all the codes I write here. You already have seen this, and some codes maybe you do not see, but most of the codes given here you already have seen in my previous lectures, in the basic lectures. So this will be very much understandable to you, I hope. Now I am going to open the admin panel PHP with my text editor. So I am going to open it. So code dot, now my VS Code editor comes. You see that this is the admin panel PHP folder, and here I will start writing the codes. So from the HTML here, the dist and uploads, these two folder I am going to copy, and into this folder I am going to paste those two items. Now you see in the left side in the VS Code editor, all these two folder comes. Now I am going to do another thing, that is from here I am going to copy the login, and another one is index. These two are the main important files for now. So I am going to copy these two items and paste into here. Okay, done. Now what I will do, I will create here some files. For example, index.html, I am going to rename this. Okay, so instead of writing index.html, I am going to write here dashboard.php. So this is the admin dashboard. So this file I call here, that is dashboard.php, and for the login I am going to rename it, that will be login.php. Enter. Now this is the login.php. I am going to open the file here, and also the dashboard.php file here. So in these two files I am going to check what are the common parts. You see that all the parts are given here, id equal to app, main wrapper, and here also main wrapper, this section. From here the codes are changed. This code is for the dashboard, that comes here after the main wrapper, and here after the main wrapper it comes as a section, that is the login. Okay, so these two, and all other things here that are coming after the main wrapper, where it is ended here. So these lines, and here if I go into the main wrapper, so the last lines are here. So these lines are same. So in order to avoid writing the same code again and again, I am going to create two more files here into the admin panel PHP. Here I am going to create header.php file, and another file I am going to create, that is footer.php file. So what is the benefit of creating these two files? Because the benefit is, in the login.php you see up to this all the codes in all the existing HTML. For example, the header, the dashboard and login header are same up to this. So I am just going to cut this from the login, and into the header.php I am going to paste it. So I call all the codes that was given here, that is header. So I put those codes into the header.php, and I must have to call this here, otherwise it will not get the style and it will not work, because all the JavaScript and CSS files are given into the header.php. So here what I am going to do, I am just going to include that file. So php include, and here I am going to call, or here in this way I can call, that is header.php, like this. So this is my header.php, and the code will work now. And here you see a section that is actually the login part, and after that the last parts I am going to cut and put that into the footer.php. These are the last lines. So header and footer are now separate, and here like before what I did in here to include, I am going to copy and paste it here, and this is actually now the footer.php. So my header and footer are separated now. So login.php, this section code or this page code is now very clean, you see. Okay, So here is a header, here is a footer, and the gist login code are given here. Okay, so the similar way I am going to the dashboard.php, and what I will do in the dashboard.php, you see this part I can replace by the header, what I did in the case of login. So I'm going to copy this, and here I'm going to paste it here. All other codes that are given here, for example, this is a navbar, so that means this is navbar, and there is a sidebar also here, and after that the main contents is here, and this one I am going to replace now, that is footer.php. okay, so this is footer.php code. Now I am going to check it. This is very clean. So now let's check it using my browser. So in the browser, in order to run my code, I just put here localhost 8888 because my port is this. But if in your case this one does not come or this one is not needed, then you can just write it and it will work. But in my case, my port is changed and this is this one. So admin panel PHP, and here I call the login.php, for example. You see it comes without any hassle and the page is working very well. So similarly from here, if I run manually the index.php, you will see that it is actually not index. I renamed it into the dashboard.php. You see it is coming and without any problem, everything is working. Every JavaScript files and everything is working here. This is perfect. Now what I can do, I can part it, I can separate it into another parts also, because you see in each case, for example, when I will work with form, table or any other page, then some portions are common here, that is left sidebar and in the top section. So here you see in the dashboard.php, this is actually the main nav section or the top section. So here what I can do in the admin panel PHP, I can create another file that is nav.php, and I can create here another file that is sidebar.php. So in the nav.php, what I will do from the head from the dashboard section, this part, this is actually the main nav bar. So this part I am going to cut and I can go to paste it here into the nav.php. And here similarly I will have to call the nav.php, so like this. So now it will work. And this is the sidebar. You see there is a sidebar section, left sidebar. So similarly what I can do, I can just cut it from here and I can paste it into my sidebar.php file. So the dashboard is now very clean, and here I am going to paste it, and this include will be sidebar. If I now want to run this, you see that the code is very clean and also output is okay, similar, and the code is now very nice and clean. Now I will work with the config file, but before going in that place, I am going to show you my help_general, this file. What is actually in there? This is actually the important file where I wrote all my codes that I will need in order to complete various sections of my project. So you will understand it very easily. You can easily get help from this help file, because I will also upload this with the source code so that you can get the codes from here easily. So in order to connect database, I am going to just copy this one. Okay, so I am just going to copy this, and in my admin panel PHP, in this location, what I am going to do, I am going to create a config.php file. So this is the config file. In the config file, I am going to paste the code. What is the code? This is actually the main code where the database connection codes. This is actually the database connection code, and here you see the server is localhost, the DB name, that means my database name. But I did not create any database yet. So what I am going to do, I am going to the PHP MyAdmin, and in the PHP MyAdmin I am going to create a database here, that is, for example, admin panel PHP. I create a database by this name admin panel PHP and create. After creating the database, what I am going to write the name here, that is database name. So that is admin panel and then PHP. Okay, my database username is root and my database password name here is root. In your case it can be empty, because if you use the operating system Windows, then by default there is no password, so it will be probably empty. But in my case it is root. And here you see I define here on is base URL. I am going to do one thing, that is the base URL is okay. I am going to remove the admin system now so that you can easily understand. For example, in the admin panel PHP, what is the main path? The main path you see is up to this, right? So this one. So I am going to copy it, and in my case here I am going to paste this one. This is my project main URL, and this one I am going to define here using the base URL, and where I need to call this file or this URL, then I will just call the base URL and automatically this URL will work. So this is the base URL. Okay, so my connection is okay. Now in my case I am going to the login. When I will go to login in my system, you see that login page, then dashboard page is page called the header.php file, right? So I am going into the header.php file, and in the top I am going to include the config file. So here I am going to include it. So include config.php, this file. So include config.php, this one is okay. Now the database connection is established. Here you see I have many files here, that is CSS file, that is JavaScript files. So the best practice here is to call by the base URL. As I am into the header.php and in the same location there is my dist, so you can just use the dist here, there is no problem. But if you want, you can easily call here, that is echo base URL, like this. And this is the recommended method, because when we will work with the htaccess file where we want to change the URL by using the htaccess in order to make our URL shorter, or in that type of case, if you do not have the main URL here, then it can show you error or any types of problem. So in order to avoid that type of case, I just put here base URL. In all the places I just put the base URL, so like this. And here I also give the main link here, that is base URL. So you see the full URL will be shown here now instead of dist. Okay, and also in the footer I call here the main link, like this. Okay, and in the config I defined and I call the config in this field top, so this base URL will work. So here I call it. Now if I want to run this one, for example dashboard.php, what will happen if I go to see the view page source, you see that the full URL comes, the localhost admin php dist css, this one. If I want to visit, you see that it is working, there is no error. So the link setup is now perfect here. And if I go to the login now, after the link setup is done, what I can do, I can just work with the login system. But before working with the login system, I am going to set up another thing. My config file setup is done. Now I will set up the Mailtrap. Here I just used a temporary fake email address in order to log in into my Mailtrap, and this is my Mailtrap account. You see this is a fake email or temporary email, and in my Mailtrap if I want to use this Mailtrap system in order to work with the SMTP, in order to send the email, I am going to show the credential here, and all the credential that is given here in order to send email, I am going to set up it into my config file. And into the config file, like the base URL that I defined here, I am going to copy it and here paste it, and here I will set up some other things also. That is, here you see in my case there is a host, so there is a SMTP host. So I am going to write here, sorry, not here, in the bottom, SMTP host like this, and here my host name is this one. In this way I am going to set up all other items that is needed. For example, the port is, you can use the 465, 587, no problem. I am going to use, for example, 587. Okay, so here I am going to set up it into SMTP port, into this variable. Then there is another one, that is username. This is very important, so I am going to put the SMTP username here, and here instead of host I am going to give username. And another one is SMTP password, and I am going to put the password here. The password I take from this position, from here, and here I am going to put the password. Okay, so this is the basic SMTP information that I set up here using the Mailtrap. So in order to check my email, I will always use this one. Here you see currently there is no inbox, but if I send any email, that will come here and this inbox will show the emails. Now I am going to do one very important thing that you should understand. That is, if I go to my folder, that is admin panel PHP, here you see that all the items that are given here are only for the admins, right? Dist folder, uploads folder, all the files admin. But when you will work with the front end also, then what will be happened? So for that reason, I am going to push all the items into a folder, because I will, when in future I will need to work with the front end, then in the main project folder I will actually put the front end files, not the admin files. So where the admin files will go, in order to work, I am going to create a new folder here, and I am going to give the name, that is admin. You can give here any name. If you want to have the security, then you can change the admin folder name to any other secret folder name, no problem. I am going just to make it simple, and so I am going to put the name here admin. And into the admin folder I will put all the files that are needed. For example, the main files here are dashboard, then you see footer, then header, then login, nav, and sidebar. For example, I am going to put all the items into the admin folder here. So again I am going to select 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so here I am going to copy, and here I am going to paste. So cut paste is done. So here then the admin folder I move all these files that are actually the admin files. And here see, you see that there is a dist folder, that means the distribution files, all the CSS, JavaScript, everything that are required for the admin are given here. So in the dist, what I can do, I can do one thing. I am going to remove these pages, because as links are changed, so these are removed. Okay, this is okay now. Now what I am going to do, you see that there is a config folder, a config file. This config file the front end will also use, so I am not going to push it into the admin folder. So for the configuration, I am going to create a folder, that is config, and I am going to move the config file into the config folder. Okay, so now in the config folder the config file is here. That's completely fine up to now. Now the dist, in order to make it, I am going to do one thing, that is I am going to change the name, that is for example dist admin. So this folder is for the admin, so I put the name, that is dist admin. And where there is uploads, in order to have these photos, logos, icons, okay, no problem, I am going to move it I am going to move it into the dist admin also. So here instead of uploads, I am going to make it the name images, or into the IMG I also can put it, because these are the admin. Or here instead of images I can do one thing. Okay, this is okay for now. I am not going to change anything. And now into my main project folder, that is admin panel PHP, here I am going to create an uploads folder. All the photos that I will use for this project I will put into the uploads folder. So my configuration is done, and in order to fix the link that I will work, okay, when I will work with that I will show you that. For now it is okay. So this is the dist admin now, and all these files are here, and this is the config file. But the links will now be broken. If I want to access the login page, you see that into the main folder there is admin folder and there is login. So when I will try to run it into here, then I will have to put here the admin, and into the admin you see all the files. So I am going to click on login. But the problem is it is now showing me a warning because it is not getting the config.php file. So how I can show the config.php file, how I can link with it? I am going to open the login.php, and now header, as there is a header.php, I also open that, and in the header there is config, so I am going to open the config. So in the config file I do not need to change anything, everything is perfectly okay. Only one thing I will go to write here, that is for the admin I am going to put, that is admin URL, and this admin URL will concat what? It will concat the admin folder. So here I can just do like this, the base URL I am going to put here dot this one, so like this one. So this is actually the admin URL. So base URL means up to this, and then slash admin slash like this. So you can now access the admin in this way. If I call the admin URL, that means the full URL, this one, and after that this one. So okay, I am going to close the config file, and now in the login.php you see there is a header, and into header there is a config, but the location is now wrong, because into the admin folder you see all the files are okay here, that is good. If I want to put all the files into another separate folder, I can do that. For example, into the admin folder I want to create a layout, okay, so a layouts folder. Into the layouts I can just move the common files there. For example, the footer, I can put the footer, header, and also nav and sidebar. These 4 items I am going to push here. Now close it here and again open it. So into the admin there is layouts and there is header, right? So config.php. So how I can link the config.php, that is outside of the admin folder, and into the config folder, that is here. So how I can do that? So in order to config, to set up this code, I am going to write, that is I will go out from that folder. So where I am in the header, that means where I am in the header, I am just going to a step forward one step. That means I am going to coming into this location, and then I am going to enter into the config, and then there is config.php. Now if I want to run, you see that the header, no file in the header, so still there is error, because in the header I link the config in the right way, but the header is not linked the right way with the login. Because where is actually the header? I am in the login.php. You see, I am in the login.php, and the header is into the layouts folder. So when I will include, I will have to call here the layouts, and then there will be header.php file. Similarly, in the footer, it will be layouts and then footer.php. Now if I refresh, yes, everything is working well. So as I am going to get the config file, so there is no error here. So I hope you have understood how I have made the templating system here in order to work. And the similar way, you see that the admin login is working, but the dashboard will not work now because the same way it is not getting any style or anything. So I will have to fix that also. But here one thing to mention, that is in the header where there is base URL, there is an error actually. You see that the no style is coming. First I am going to do one thing, that is what I did in the login. I am going to copy, and in the dashboard where I link the header, I am going to fix it. Layouts, then header. Also in the layouts there are nav and sidebar.php. So here I also add the layouts nav and layouts sidebar, and in the footer I am going to call it. You see that when I will create all other pages, I will have to add all the 3 lines each time. So why I will need to call 3 lines in all other PHP pages, when I will add here one after another. A lot of pages will come here. Settings page, blog page, etc. page will come. So in each case I will have to call 3 lines. So I am going to do one thing. Instead of writing the 3 lines, I am going to create here another one, that is top.php. So in the top.php I include, for example, all the file here in the top. So here I will have to link just the top, that is layout and top. So if I write this one, the top, if I call the top.php layouts top, that means all the 3 lines will be included automatically. So if I go back and if I go back to the login page, you see that it is working. I am going to make a hard refresh. You see that CSS style is not getting. Hard refresh means previously it is taking the cache file. Now you see that when I remove the cache or hard refresh in my browser, style is gone. That means the login.php file yet not fixed. What is actually happening, because it is calling layouts header.php, but in the dashboard I already called the top, so I am going to call it like this. Okay, layouts top.php, that means it will be called. In the header.php, actually header.php, here I can do one thing. In the dashboard.php, top.php is okay. The similar thing I have called in the login top.php, this is also okay. And in the top.php all the links are okay. And header.php, then nav, then this one. So header is calling here. Now from the header I am going to remove this one. The include I am not going to put it here. I am going to put the include here in the top. So like this. So here this is PHP and this is here. As all the files are calling the top, that means automatically config is calling. Okay, and in this case the header is called from here, from this location. It should work. I am going to check by hard refresh again. Login.php, yes, now it is working, and the sidebar comes. Previously sidebar and nav was not linked. Now you see everything comes well, perfect. Now the CSS is broken. So why CSS is broken? Because if I go to the header.php now, this is actually not right, because base URL dist CSS is not the link. Now what is my link? The base URL means you are now in the admin panel PHP here, right? So here the dist admin and then the admin CSS JS are linked here. So base URL and then dist admin. So instead of dist, I am going to call the dist admin. If I replace all the things like this, the dist admin, I am going to replace all the dist by dist admin. So like this, and it should work now. I am going to replace all the JavaScript links, dist admin, and also in the footer.php, that is here. So I am going to replace that also. Now if I make a hard refresh, yes, it is working. But the problem is, you see that sidebar and nav is coming here. But for the login, actually I do not need these two sections. When I call the top, in the from the login, that means it is actually calling the header, nav, sidebar all. But for the login page, I actually do not need to call this. Here I am going to make a trick. What is the trick here? That is, in which page I am now in order to show that, I am going to show you in the dashboard so that you can understand. I am going to show you one thing, just see it. Here I am going to call it, and here in order to show the current page URL, how I can get the current URL PHP file name, how I can get that. Now I am going to the help general here, and here I am going to search it, this line. So you can also get this line more easily because I will upload this file also with my source code. Here I am going to paste it, the car page. And now if I call the car page, then what will happen? In the login I want to show it, and also in the dashboard I want to show it. Now let's check it. In the login, when I show the car page, what is the output? I am going to show the page source so that you can understand. After the sidebar content, you see that here is a login.php, right? So when I am in the login, it is showing me login.php. If I am going to show the dashboard, it will show me the dashboard.php, but there are many other errors there already, so it is not showing, but no problem. So car page means the current page name will be shown. That means I am into the login page now, so it will show the login page, right? So I am going to remove all the items from here. Now I am going to the top section, and here I am going to paste it. I need the car page. Now I will tell the PHP. You see that all the PHP tags are here, so I can do one thing very easily. That means I can remove all the PHP because all are PHP tag ending and starting not needed here actually. The last tag is okay, but all other tags I am going to remove from here in order to easily understand it. Okay. Now I will tell my program that if the current page or the car page, that means if the car page is not equal to login page, so like login.php, if this is not login, then only these two will be shown. So here I can call end if. So car page not equal to this, here there will be colon, yes. So it means I am again going to explain in front of you. That is, if the current page where I am in, that is the login page, then it will not be shown. That means if not equal to login page. So if I go to the dashboard, then it will be shown because the dashboard is not login.php. So these two will be shown. So now if I refresh here, you see that only the login page is here. If I now go to the dashboard.php, you see I am going to make the hard refresh. You see that now the navbar, that means this item, and also this one is showing. Here you see that the image is gone because the image link is now broken, because I put the image into the admin and then this admin here. Or also here is actually not this admin, it is into the admin, in the dist admin, in the images folder I push the images here. So this is actually my link now. So this image is not showing because the link is changed. If I want to fix that, I am going to do one thing, that is from here the default image, all 4 or 5 images I am going to copy, and I am going to paste it into my uploads here, and this is not needed anymore. I am going to remove that into the bin. So the image link is actually into the uploads folder now. Okay, so if you want to show that this one, where is that, I am going to close everything now, and now I am going to the top.php, no, not here, nav.php, and in the nav.php you see that uploads user.jpg. So here I can easily call base URL and then uploads user.jpg. Now if I refresh, you see that the image come here again. If I go to the edit profile, actually I did not work yet with the profile section, so that is not showing, but in the top you see that the favicon icon is gone. So in order to bring back the favicon icon, what I can do, I am going to copy the base URL, and the favicon code is actually in my header.php. so here you see this is the uploads. I am going to copy it here. Now after pasting it into this location, refresh, you see that the favicon comes here again. That means it is working. Now I am going to work with the login section here. You see that into the admin folder I have two PHP files. One is dashboard.php and another one is login.php. I am going to open the login.php now. This is the login.php file. I want to log in now into my system. Without login, the dashboard.php should not be shown in front of you. But you see that it is dashboard.php, and you see everything is showing now. If I go here and I refresh it, you see that now you can view the dashboard.php. So I will make a restriction here so that if there is no data, then you will not be able to see it. But before going to check the login and to check the dashboard, I will have to do some other things. That is, in the database you see there is no item here. So what I will need to do, I will have to create a table for the users. Okay, so if a person is a user, then that means that the user will have a role also. So I am going to show you so that you can understand it easily. It is, for example, admin panel PHP. Okay, so here you can do the same task in two ways. For separate types of users, you can create separate tables, or for separate type of users, you can create one single table in your system and just make their roles different. So what I will do, I will just go to create a users table now. So here I give the name of the table, that is users table, and how many columns will be here, just decide. One column name is ID, that will be an auto increment field. Another column name is username. Another column name is password. Another column name is, for example, if a person forget the password, a token field will be auto generated and sent into the table. So that will be another field, and another one will be a status, that can be on or off, or show or hide, or you can give active or inactive, anything. Another field, there will be a role field. So total 6 fields are mandatory. If you want to show the admin name also, you can show that, there is no problem. In the admin panel top, you see that when you will go to the edit file, for example, if I run this one in my browser, that is profile.html, you will see that there is a name also. So name, username or email, password, this type of things. Okay, so I am going to create here total 7 fields, for example. So one is ID, then I am going to give another one, that is full name. Another one is email, then you can give here the password field, and then a token field. For the forget password or reset password option, I will use this field, and I can make it varchar, or if you want you can make it text, no problem. I am going to give here varchar, for example 50 characters or 80 characters, something like that. So ID is auto increment field and primary key. So here I am going to select the primary key, and then I will make it the auto increment, that means a_i auto increment. I am going to put tick mark here. So this is actually the ID that will be auto incremented in the system. And full name is, for example, var character 50 characters. Email is, for example, 50 characters, var character. You can change it or change the range or anything here, no problem. The password here also you can give the var character and 20. That is good. And if you want, you can increase it. Then I will have another two fields. One will be status and another will be role. So first I am going to make it role and then status. So role is if he is admin or user or any other roles. So here I am going to give here a var character and it is, for example, 10 or 15. The status is inactive or active. So here I can also give var character and I can give here total 10. Inactive, that means 8 character. Okay. So in this way I can set up it. Or here I can also give here an integer value in the status 10. You can also make like that. So if you want to make it like that, so here I can just give here, just make it blank, and here tiny-int is okay for that, 1 or 0. So in this way I can set up everything here and then I can just click on save. So users save. Okay. So after saving the information here, what I will do, that is the password, right? So I am going to do one thing. In order to get a password sample, I am going to general, this is my help file, and here I am going to search password. Okay, here I am going to the registration, and here when data is saved into the system, the password hash. For example, I am going to generate a password, so I am going to copy this one and into here, into any page. For example, I am going to create a test page here. So like this, I am going to create here a file into the admin panel PHP. Okay, just going to create a file. So after creating a test file here, I will run the test. For example, I am going to show this one, and here password is, for example, 1234. So this is the user given password 1234, and applying the hash technique, what is the main password that will be saved into the database, I am going to check it. Okay, so here test.php. So here it is not into admin, it is outside the admin. So this is a password. If I refresh, you see that multiple times it is generating a separate password. So no two password will be same here, and it will be used. It will use the password hash technique and password default. This is the default PHP functions. So I am not going to describe it now. Just 1234 is the main password, and after encrypting the password, the output is actually this one. So I am going to copy this one and I will save that password in the password field, but I think probably it is low, so I am going to increase it. For example, I am going to give it 150 because this is a long string. So I am now going to insert a manually an admin here. So for example, John Doe, this is the admin full name, email is john or admin gmail.com, password is this one, and then token, there is no token now. So role, what will be the role? The token should be nullable actually. I am going to structure again, refresh. Okay, the optional fields I will have to make it nullable. Okay, so token is actually an optional field here, so I am going to change it, and null I am going to press the tick mark here, save. Now I am going to insert the data. So here John Doe, here is admin @ gmail.com, password is this one, token is empty, role is here admin, and status here is 1 because admin already is a valid user here. So if there are any other users you need to implement into your system, you can just make that, implement that here, and the role you can change here, so no problem. For now this is okay. So admin ID is 1 and role is admin status 1. This is completely fine. Now here I am going back to my previous code, that is dashboard.php. okay, in the dashboard.php this page should not come first. So that database is already linked up with my code, so there is no problem. I can now use and check the users table in my database, no problem, no issue. So let's close it. Now in the dashboard, I am going, you see that it is calling the layouts top section, right? So here I can check, or if you want you can check in other place also. In the top I am going to check only one thing, that is if not is set, that is session. For example, if is set not is set session user, that means when a person will log in into the system, any session variable data will be saved. That means if an admin is logged in into the system, I will call him, I will just use a session variable, that is for example admin. Okay, if there is any user, then I will put his session into a variable, that is user session. I will use that different session here, otherwise an user can easily access the admin files and that is a risk. So put a separate session here. So I put here the session, that is admin. So I am going to check if not is set session of admin, that means if the admin is not logged in, then what will happen? Then he will be redirected to a page, and that is the login page. So if a person want to hit the dashboard.php straightforward, that means if he straight want to hit this page but not login, then he will be redirected to the login page. And here I can use the base URL here like this. So base URL and login, right? So in the base URL, actually this is not base URL, it will be admin URL, because the login is actually into the admin folder, and I already have in the config file there is an admin URL, that is base URL / admin. So here base URL / admin / this is admin URL, and here I will redirect back the user. So this is done, right? Now what I will do, if you want to use the session variable, then there is a thing in the top, you see in the layouts there is a top, and here you see there is a header.php. I am going to the header.php. In the top of the header.php I am going to call some other codes, and here you will have to call the 2 lines, that is ob start, and then you will have to call the session start. Remember that if you do not use these two lines, then the session will not work. So become very careful here. Now what will happen, let's do it. In the dashboard.php, if you want to refresh this page now, you see it is redirecting you to the login. That means it is working perfectly. So login.php, you will not be able to see the dashboard.php file again. And I will create into my main layouts, that means in this place, for example admin login, I am going to duplicate it. So going to duplicate, and here I am going to give another to create another file, that is logout.php. In my logout.php, in this file I am going to select and delete all. Now in the help general, here I put the logout code. So from here I am going to copy and paste the code in my logout.php. So this is the logout code. So in the logout I am going to tell that I am going to call the header, and in the header these 2 lines are important, or if you want you can manually put those here, that is not a problem at all. Instead of calling the header you can also do that, and then unset the session admin. This is very important. You see in the dashboard I checked with the session admin session variable, So the same thing I am going to unset. That means all the session variable that are saved in my web browser, all will be destroyed. Okay, so he will be logged out from the system, and the location is admin URL login.php. Exit is okay, it is best practice, so it should work. Now I am going to my dashboard, and in the dashboard everything is okay. In the top section I will change something, not top, because in the top I call again the nav and sidebar. So I am going to nav, and you see there is a link for logout. So here instead of login.html, I am going to call here that is base URL, and then it is not base URL, it is admin URL, and then here I will call logout.php. So here in the logout page I am going to check again admin URL is okay, no problem. So my link is complete. I am going to close. I again check the top, the nav, logout.php. Yes, close everything. Now I am going to do one thing, that is the login system implementation. This action I am going to remove. I make it blank. So in the page where I am in now, in the login.php, this page will call again. So form method equal to post action is nothing. Here you see that there is an email, the name field has the email, and placeholder is okay, that is not a problem at all, and password, the name is password, and after the submit, the button is a submit button, and here I can give a name here, name equal to, for example, form login. And so this one I am going to write my login code into the top. That means if a person submit a form, so if is set, then I can call post of form login, then what will happen? Then I will check something. If a person put here some information and click on login, so if I click here, what will happen? Then I will check if he give anything in the email address or not, if he give a valid email address or not, if he give a password or not, and what email and password he gives I will match with the table if it matches or not. So here what I will do, here you see some codes are coming from my other projects or from other places, because I use a plugin in the VS Code editor, and that plugin name is GitHub Copilot. Copilot is a paid plugin, so if you want you can buy it for each month and use that. So all the codes you write in your VS Code editor or in other places of a PC, those codes he will automatically take from there and show in front of you, so it will make your life easier. So if you want you can do that, but I am not going to use that for now here because it will make you confused, so I am not going to do that. So from where I will take the code, I am going to the help general, and here I am going to search the login. Where is my login code? Here is the login code. So in the login page I will have to use something. So what I will actually use here, you see that I have a this block, that is try catch block, I am going to put here. If there is any error here, then it will throw me, and in the error message that will be shown. So try catch block is complete. Now I will check the error message, error and success message I am going to copy, and in my project stop here, for example, I will show the error message in this location, admin panel login here, for example. So above the email address, that means above the form, I am going to put those codes. So I am going to write a PHP block here, and here paste the code. If there is any error message, I can show the error message in this way, or if you want you can use a JavaScript alert system in order to show the message. No problem, it is actually up to you how you want to show the message. If I want to show the message using the error like this, alert. So in this way I am going to call like this PHP. So here so in this way I can show. Let's check if it is working or not. I am going to check it. So in the try block I am going to give some error message. I am going to check if there is any email address or not. So here I put that is like this. If the email is empty, this means if the post of email is equal empty, then it will throw an exception, and this is email cannot be empty. So let's check it if it is working. Email cannot be empty. I am going to check it. Email cannot be empty, but it is just showing me the message instead of throwing the JavaScript. Here a script tag I will have to use. Okay, like this. So like this. So let's check it again. Login, yes, a pop-up comes, email cannot be empty. So it is working, perfect. Now if there is any other message, for example, here I am going to show another thing, that is actually success message is not needed here in the case of login, because when it will be succeeded, then the user will be redirected to the dashboard. So success message is not needed here. So here like the empty, I will check all other items. Now there is a email validation system. I already described all the things that I am going to do here in the validation lecture. So if you do not understand anything here, then you go back to my other lectures, and in the validation lecture you will see all the things. So you see that if not filter var post of email, filter validate email, that means if a user put and something or some text that is actually not an email format, then it will tell him the error is email is invalid, and that message will be thrown here into the cache, and I put that message into the error message, and that error message I put into in this location. So this is very easy. So put here email cannot be empty. If I give something straightforward, please enter an email address. If I give it, email is invalid. If you give only a valid email like this, then it is okay, no error. Okay, the suggestions are coming here. If you want, you can make the autocomplete off here. So like this, autocomplete equal to off, you can do that. So no suggestion will be here. So I put autocomplete off. If I refresh, if you press here, no previous items are loading here. So it's perfect. Now what I am going to do, I will check other items now. So like the email, I am going to check the password. That means if the password field is empty or not. If the password field is empty, then it will throw an exception also. And after that, I will check other items. That means if the email is okay, that means if the person give everything and the email is perfect, also password is perfect, then I will check if email and password combination, if it matches with the user's table saved data. So I will check it. So how I can check it? I am going to check it like this way. I am going to copy it from here. So everything from here I am going to copy. I will describe so you will understand. So here I am going to paste all the codes up to this. Here you see that I check it is a PDF prepared statement, and I check if from the admins, it is not admins table, it is users table. Select all from users table where email equal to this one, and I will also check in this location, that is role equal to admin. This is important, right? So not directly, I copy like this, and here I put like this. So in this way I can check if the email, because I will only check into the admin, because I am going to log in as an admin. So I do not need to check all other roles. If this table has many other roles, for example user, student, teacher, etc. roles can come here. but I will check only admin. So if the admin and email, these things messes, then I will enter into the next step. So what is the next step here? I cannot check it like that, where email equal to this and password equal to this. It is not possible to check here because I do not know what is the password, because it is one-way encryption. So here I just check the email, and after checking the email, if not total, that means if the email and role does not matches, then it will tell that the email is not found. Simple. But if it matches, that means email is okay. Now I will check the password, user password. So you see that using the face all function, I get everything from using this query from the users table. And here I will check the result. So for each result as row, you see the password equal to row password. That means the saved password I am going to bring into this variable, and then I will check using the password verify function. This is not my own function. This is actually the function PHP gives me. It will check if the password verification is not possible, then what will happen? Then the password does not match, and this is the way. So if everything is okay, there is no issue here. If there is any issue, then already it throw an exception, but in this line means there is no issue in the above. So in that case, I will put all the admin data, that means all the data into a particular row that I get. I am going to put it into the session of admin variable, and then I will redirect the user into the dashboard.php admin URL dashboard.php page. So login task is completed. So let's check it if it is working or not. So I am going here, then let's give here an empty. Email cannot be empty. If I give something, please enter an email. This is actually HTML5 email validation. So if I give the email format is okay, but password is empty, so password cannot be empty. So now I give like this, something password, something like this. It will tell that email is not found. Do not save. Okay. Now what I will do, I will give the email okay, but wrong password. Then login. You see password does not match. Okay. It is never save. I give here, otherwise it is making a problem. So okay. So now I give every information that is perfect. 1 2 3 4. You know that my password was 1 2 3 4 that I saved into the table. Now up to the encryption, the password shows like this. Now after checking it, click on login, you see that it is taking me to the dashboard.php page. So login is perfect now. When I am into the dashboard.php, if the user wants to visit the login page, it should not come. So I will check another thing into the login.php. Into the login.php, I will check here in the top, for example here, that is if is set, that means if the admin is logged in. If is set logged in, that means if a person is in the logged in state, he will be taken to the dashboard. So when a person is in the dashboard, he will not be able to visit the login until he log out. So if you now press the login.php enter, you see that I am not able to see the login page now because I am logged in already. So after my logout, here if I click on logout, then logout is done, but include header is a problem. I missed the link here because in the logout you see header.php, but actually it will be layouts then header.php, right? So now let's try it again. Logout.php, and after logout it should come to the login.php. So I can call the top here. Now if I go to check it again, that means this one, I am again go to check logout. Yes, it is working. Now if I straight call the dashboard.php, it is not possible. So logout is working here. So the issue is I call the top, then it is working, because previously I called the header, but when I call the header, then actually this admin URL it does not get, because the config file I need. So I put layout top. So when I call the top, then I will get every code. That means I will get header, I will get config, all the codes I will get. So it is working. So OBS start is working, and also the admin URL, this one is working. So now it is perfect. I am going to check it again another time like this. Now if I try to go to the login page, not possible. Now if I go to logout, yes, it is working. And now if I want to go to the dashboard, it is not possible. So the login system is working perfectly here. Now I am going to work with the forget password system. In order to work with this system, I am going to login.php, and this is the interface. You see that there is a forget password link here. I am now going to do one thing, that is I am going to fix the link. I am going to give here php echo admin URL, and here I am going to give forget password.php file. Okay, so forget password.php file, you can write the code here, or here you can create another folder, that is auth. I am not going to do that. I am just going to make it straightforward here. So I will create a file here into the admin. Here I am going to create a file. So I am here going to the admin panel PHP, and here into the admin folder I am going to copy this file. Okay, so duplicate. So here I am going to write forget password.php file. So here you see this is forget password.php, and here on not dashboard I am going to remove this one from here. Okay, and form login is here, but here I am going to give here form forget password, and here instead of admin panel login, here I will give forget password or reset password here log. Okay, and here is email, only email is needed here, and here I am going to give submit button, and the form name is form forget password. And here back to login page link I am going to give here back to login page, so admin panel, and here this will be login, and when I am in the login page, then forget password. Okay, so let's check it, refresh here. So here if I click on forget password, you see this one comes, but you see the nav and sidebar again comes here. So I will have to go to the layouts, and here into the top.php where I added if current page not equal to login, here I am going to add another condition. So if current page is equal to not login and current page not equal to forget password, then only this will be shown. So now if I refresh, you see that is gone. So from the forget password I can easily go to the login, and from the login I can go to the forget password. So when I will just want to send an email into the user, you see that this was my Mailtrap account here, and I will send an email into this place. How I can do that? In order to work with that, I am going to do one thing, that is in the forget password this thing is okay, email action is okay, here it is okay, there is no password, so I am going to remove it. So email will be checked first if there is any valid email here. In the users I will also check if email and role found or not. So up to this it is okay, and here I am going to remove this one. Okay, so like this. And here I am going to write the success message. Please check your email and follow the instruction to reset the password. Okay, but here some other things I will do that. So email sending I will need to apply here, but before going there I am going to refresh, click on submit. Email cannot be empty. If you give something that does not match, email is not found in the system, and if you give the correct email, then it will show the success message. But here I did not show it, so I am going to copy the error message from here, paste it here, and the variable here it will be success. So success message, this one will be here. Okay, so let's check it again. Correct email address, submit. Yes, please check your email and follow the instruction to reset the password. So but actually no email is sent here yet. So what I will do, I will apply the email sending system. In order to do that, I will do one thing. So let's do it. I am going to the help general, and here you see help payment. Okay, no problem. Sending email, I am going to the send email section. In order to send email, I will have to go to the PHP mailer, and you can follow all the instruction there. If you go back to my email sending lecture, you will understand everything about that. I am not going to describe it in detail here. If you do not understand, just go back to my previous lecture sending email, you will understand that very clearly. I have just written the steps here and I am going to run that. So how I can do that? You see that my main working folder is admin panel PHP. So here I am going to open my terminal here in this location and paste it here, the composer. Composer is going to be installed here. Okay, and using the composer, using the composer, the PHP mailer is going to be installed here. Okay, so the task is done. I am now going to close it. You see that here a vendor folder comes. So into the vendor, you will see that the PHP mailer package is installed, and here you see two extra functions. One is composer log file and composer.json file comes here. In the composer.json file, you see that the PHP mailer version 6.8 is installed in this place. Okay, so this is the first step. The second step here is a header.php, the top of page. I will have to call all the files here, because you know when I am going to call the forget password.php, here actually I will write the PHP codes in order to send the email. So this page calls the top. So top means actually it is going to call the header. So after the config, it is going to call the header. So I am going to the header, and after the OBS start session start, I am going to paste the code here. You see the location is now vendor autoload. If you do not write here, it will auto suggestion require. You will see that the vendor autoload automatically comes. So the GitHub Copilot do the task for me, or you can just measure it from here, that where I am in. I am just going back one step up, and here you see there is a vendor folder. One step up, then there is a vendor folder. In the vendor folder there is a autoload.php. That means this autoload file I will need. So vendor autoload, this is important. So this one I am going to include here. So vendor autoload, and all these things, if you go to the PHP mailer website, you will get all the things here that you need to include in the top. Okay, the section is done. Then in the contact, that means when I will go to use the PHP mailer, in that page also, in the forget password, for example, I want to use that. So here I can just call the PHP mailer here, and it is telling that after using this, these are actually the codes. So I am going to copy the codes to send the email. So in order to send the email, in the forget password, it is showing error. Why? Actually that is not okay, no problem at all. Filter exception is not working, so no problem. Here I am going to do one thing, that is in this location actually I will send the email. So I put all my codes in this place. Okay, so PHP mailer, I call everything here. Then after calling it, this is the mail and then PHP mailer. Now I am going to check it. Exception, this one exception, PHP mailer is showing the exception. Okay, just I skip that now. I am going to check. There is, you see, SMTP host. From where it will come? Because I have the config file. As I have the config file, so in the config you see from here SMTP host it will come. So this is the SMTP host, SMTP auth, username, password. SMTP encryption I did not define, so I am going to do one thing, that is in the config I am going to define it here, and that will be SMTP encryption, and that is, for example, 465 or 5. This is not port, sorry, it is actually encryption, that means TLS. Okay, and the another one here is SMTP from, in which email address it will come. So here I can copy the SMTP from, and this one, and here for example contact@yourwebsite.com, so something like that. So here this is okay, and the exception email not found. I am going to check why this email is coming, this error is coming. I am going to check, but here you see there is a email message. So this message I am going to put here, that is email message. Here I am going to put the link. Here if you go to the general, you will see that please check your email. Okay, so the message I will have to give here, I will have to give the user the message. Okay, so here what I will write here, please click on the following link in order to reset the password. So here this email message I can concat email message dot equal to, and here I will generate a link that is something like that. Autopilot make my task easy, that is in the admin URL reset password.php. Here something like that, the email equal to this. In this way I will just create a link and send it to the user, because in the reset password page I will have to get some links, but there is no token, so I will have to create a token here. I am going to do one thing, that is the token equal to current timestamp value. Okay, so that token email equal to this, and that means and token equal to this. So what will be the token? The token value means I will have to give something like this, that is post of token. So post of token, but here actually no post of token. I will give here the token this, and the email is which email comes here using the post of email. So this will actually be the link, it will be sent to the admin. So when admin will click on this link, he will be taken to the reset password.php page. But before going to work with that, let's check if it is working or not. I am just going to refresh it. Okay, I am going to refresh it. So when everything is okay, admin, so when everything is okay, submit. Let's check what is coming. Please check your email and follow the instructions. If I now go here, yes, you see that the reset password it comes. So here you see it is coming that please click on the following link in order to reset the password. Actually this link is here, not after not below this, because I did not put any BR. If you use the BR here, BR tag here, then the link will be below, but now it comes here. That is okay. If I click here, you see that it is coming to this page, that is reset password.php, and after that you will see that there is a email and there is a token. There is a gap here, no, gap should not be here. probably gap here, this will not be here, sorry. So I can again send it, I can again send the email. So that is like this, submit. You just wait for some times, you see that the link will come here. Yes, you see that a few seconds ago it comes. So I'm going to click here, this is the new link, click here, now the link is okay. Now I will check it. So I am going to create just a file here like the forget password into this location, that is admin, and I am going to create here, I am going to duplicate the login, and here I am going to duplicate this one, and here it will be reset password.php file. So in the reset password I am going to remove this, and here I am going to remove this on admin panel. Here is a reset password, it will be here, reset password. So in the reset password, here the same password I will write 2 times. One is password and another one will be retype password. So here I put retype password and here retype password. Submit. Here will be form reset password. Here will be nothing, I am going to remove it. Here will be form reset password. These codes I will change because there will be no email here, only password, and some other items I will use here. But you see in this lecture that the forget password is working perfectly, and in the reset password here you see again the same issue. So I am going to the layout and top, and here I will just add another one, that is reset. Now if I just refresh, yes, this is clean. Okay, I hope you have understood how to work with the forget password system and send email to the user. Now in the forget password system, the email sending task is done. I will work with the reset password system, but another task is still not done. That is, when I am going to send an email, I am going to send, you see there is a token, but in that database I did not save any token, so that will be a problem. I am going to the help file, and in the help file you see that there is a forget password option, and in the forget password I already have done all the things. Email not found, okay, these are done. Link, so update is not done. So I am going to copy these 2 lines, and in the forget password when the email message is okay. So after that time, here I am just going to paste these 2 lines. The admins table I am going to update set token. The token is the token I have generated, and where email is the user email. So the database will update also. Otherwise I will not be able to check if the token is a valid token or not, right? So what I will do, actually users is my table, not admin. Users, the users table, it will be updated. So let's do that task again. So here I am going to send an email again, submit. You see an email will come here, another email. So this one, if I click here, you see that another token comes, and this token 1696 in last 30. Now if I refresh the users, you see that the token is saved here now, 1696 and last 30. The pop-up, okay. Now I will work with the reset password. So I will have to check something in the reset password page. In the reset password, I already have set up this form, the password and retype password, this one and this one, form reset password, and here it will come. But in the top of the page I will have to check another thing that you will understand. If I go to the reset password in the help file, in the top I will just put this code. So in the reset password, I am going to put this code here like this. So from the users table, I am going to check if the email and token match with the request email and request token. Request means, you see in the top, that comes using the URL. In the email, this is the variable and the value is admin@email.com. Token is the variable and the value is this one. But what type of variable is this? These are super globals. That means the request. So I will have to call request of email and request and token. That means I have two types of thing in my hand. One is email and one is token from the URL. From this URL, I will take this and I will check in my database table if this email that is in the URL matches with the database email, and if the token that comes in the URL that matches with the database saved token. If everything okay, that means if the total has a value, row count, if there is anything, then okay. But if not total, that means if I do not get this match, then I will push the user back to the login page. So location admin login, this is login.php. So user will not be able to see this page. Now as this match with the database information, if you enter, it is okay. I am going to copy this link again. But if you change anything, for example admin123 or something like that, if now you press enter, you will be taken to the login page. Or if you want to put only reset password.php, this one here, you will again be redirected to the login page. Only the valid URL will work and you will be able to see the reset password form. So this is for the security purpose I put in the top. And this is the password. Now I am going to check here. So these are the checkings here. I am just going to copy the codes from here. Okay. So from here I copy the code and reset password code from here to here. All the items here I am going to paste like this. I am going to describe what is here so that you can understand. You see that there are total two fields in my form. One is password field, another one is retype password. So if you put any of these fields empty, then what will be happen? It will show an error message, password cannot be empty. Now another one is the reset password and password. If retype password and password fields are not same, it will show you an error also. So it will show the passwords does not match. So let's check up to this now. If the reset password submit, you see password cannot be empty, and if you give two separate password, it will tell passwords does not match. Passwords actually does not, it will be do not, passwords do not match. Okay. If everything is okay, that means you give two similar password, then what I will do, I will take your password, that means this post password, and using the password hash technique of the default technique, where first one is your password, second parameter is password default. You do not need to change anything of this. So I will just changing the password, your given password, I am going to make it encrypted. So encrypted password will be into this variable that I will save into the database. So I will update the admin and set the token if everything is okay. So I want to change the password. So in the users table, I will set the token empty because I do not need the token anymore. So the save token, you see that there is a token now here, so I will make it empty, and password will be my new password. So the token first parameter, it will be empty like this, and I will set another field that is password, and that is my new password, where email, this one is the new password, that is this one, where email and token are this. Okay, so this is the where clause, because how I will search in the database table, because in the users table there are many users. So how I can search? I can search by the email and token that already I get through the URL. So these fields are updated, and I will send the user to the success. For example, I will send him to the login page. Message success is not mandatory, just I am sending him to the login so that he can log in again. That's okay, fine. Now what I will do, I am just going to make it simple. I am going to remove it. Okay, so submit, nothing is working. I am refreshing. Okay, Now if I give two separate password, it will not work, passwords do not match. If I give the similar password 1 2, for example, my previous password was 1 2 3 4, now I give 1 2 and retype password is 1 2. Click on submit. Yes, it comes to the login page. Now if you want to back to the previous link that was here, it will not be valid anymore. Okay, so second time you will not be able to check that page. In the users table, if I refresh, you see that the password is changed and token is empty again. Now if I go to forget password again, I will make the password 1 2 3 4 again. So I am going to do that. So again email will come here. Okay, so this one is the new email. I am going to click on the reset password link again. I am going to make it 1 2 3 4 as the previous password. So click on submit, password is saved. So if I now want to log in, let's check. If I now give 1 2, it will not work. Yeah, so I will have to give the previous password again, 1 2 3 4. So login, it is working. So the reset password system is working. You already have seen that I have worked with the dashboard.php file, but here in this page later I will add many more things, but for now that is okay. Just in the case of admin panel template mastering, it is okay. When I will work with the real projects, then I will add some more other things here. Now what I will do, you see that there is edit profile section, so I am going to work with the edit profile. But you see in the edit profile, here is a customer or here is an admin photo. So in the users table, I am going to create a new field that is a photo field. So here I am, for example, after the email, I am going to add a new field that is photo. So this is user photo. I am going to make the photo 100, that is okay, save. So in the users table, I have added a new field just. Now after adding the new photo field, I am going to the view profile section, and here as an existing photo, for example, there is no photo, but okay, this can be optional field also. So here the photo field, here I am going to change and make it nullable. Okay, so in the first time the photo is nullable, that is completely fine. Now I am going to create here a new page, that is I am going to the admin panel. Okay, I am going to open the profile.html. I am going to open with my editor. I am going to close other pages that are not needed right now. Okay, so this is the profile page and this is the login page. I am now going to do one thing, that is I am going to create a new file that is profile.php in this location, that is admin panel php admin folder. So here I am going to create a new file that is profile.php. okay, so this one. Now this is my profile.php file. I am going to open it here like this, and from the profile.html, after adding the main items, for example the top section I am going to add into the profile, and another one is this one, that is footer. So these are the common sections, and now from the profile.html I am going to copy other items after the sidebar. Then this is the main content. Okay, so this is a start and this is end. I am going to copy the main content, this one, from the profile.html, and in the profile.php I am going to paste it. So this one. So this is the edit profile as a heading, that is okay. And in the profile you see the existing user is here, but here I will write code in another way. For example, this is the name, email, password, retype password, and update. So these are actually the main fields here. So I am going to link in the nav, and here you see edit profile. So here my page name will be now profile.php, and here I will write that is admin URL, this one. profile.php. Okay, now it should work. Now I am going to open my dashboard. This is dashboard.php after login, and if I go in the profile.php, you see the page comes here. When a user is logged in into the system, then who is logged in the front end here in this location, his name should be shown, right? So I am going to do something in the nav, and here after front end, similarly like this item, I am going to add another item that will be logged in as something. So let's check if it works. Yes, logged in as. Now I can show the user name, that is here John Doe, you know. So how I can show the name? When a person logged in, his data is into a session variable, so that is called session array. So actually this array, that means I have this session array in my hand. So in order to get a particular index, array index, I am going to set up the key. That means this is the session array, so session admin, and here I will give the field name. So full name is my field name. Full name is, if you go here in the database, you see this is the full name. So if I call like this session admin of full name, then the full admin name will be shown in this place. So refresh, you see that John Doe is showing. That means it is working well. So this user is logged in here. I am going to edit profile again. So this name should be the same name here. I am going to copy this one, and here in the profile.php, where you see the value field, this is a static value. So I am going to make it dynamic, that is admin. Full name is the user's existing name that it is showing here. And in the case of email, I am going to paste it in the case of email, and here admin of email will be the value. Now if I go here, if I refresh, you see that admin@gmail.com is showing here. Password will not be shown here for security, so retype password, and password is okay. And the photo, how the photo will be shown, you see that there is actually no photo uploaded yet, but I have some default photo. If you go to the uploads folder, you will see that there is a default photo. If the admin has no photo in the database, then the default.png file will be loaded. So how I can do that? In order to do that, this uploads folder, you know, it is not in the admin URL, it is actually into the base URL. So here I can call the base URL, then uploads, then what will be here, that is default.png. How I can check if there is any photo or not? So here I am going to add a condition. So like this, if the session variable has no photo, because when a person logged in, the session data is into the session variable. So here I am going to check if the admin of photo, this field is equal to empty. That means the admin has no photo, then default will be shown. Then another one I am going to call here, that is else, right? So PHP, and here I will call else. So here what will be happen, the admin will be shown here. I am going to use it because I am going to use the GitHub Copilot. So GitHub Copilot is writing the code for me. You see that automatically what I will write, he is writing that for me. That's cool. So here end if I am going to tab, yes, this is the code. So I am going to give a space here so that you can easily understand this one, like this, right? So what is, if there is no photo, then default will be shown, and if there is photo, then admin of photo, this will be shown. So it's very cool. I am going to refresh. Undefined array key photo is showing because during the login I did not put the session variable, because you know that after login I created the photo field. So this photo is not into the session. I am just going to log out and then log in again, and this problem will be fixed. Now if I go again to the edit profile, you see that it is showing and the error is not here. So in this way you can show the existing profile information here. Now if I want to change the data, I am going to show you step by step. For example, name, email, password. So all the data I will have to change. So here I will have to call a form. Here there is already a form here, you know, this one. Okay, so post. As I am going to upload the photo, so I am going to put here an enc type equal to, here multi-part form data you will have to put here, otherwise the photo will not be uploaded. Now I am going to update the data. So in the top, like what I did in the case of login, this line I am going to copy. For example, this one I am going to copy here, and here I am going to write PHP. Okay, try. If you wait for some time, you will see that the GitHub Copilot will help you. I am going to do one thing this way. Sometimes it may not work, but most of the time it will work. I am going to remove it. Okay, for example, this one, it is not actually form login. I am going to change the name, the button. Here the name type submit is okay. Here I am going to give the name, that is form update. So here this will be form update. Okay, here I am going to write the try. So try I am going to write here, and here I am going, it is not coming, it should come. If is set post, that is okay. Okay, no problem. I am going to write the catch here. So catch exception, this one is coming automatically. Okay, that's cool. Now here I am going to make the validation. So first of all, what I will do, I will make the full name validation. So I am going to copy anything from another page and going to paste it. So this is actually the full name, and here it will show the full name cannot be empty. So it must, you have to give here, then email cannot be empty, and then the email validation I am going to copy from here, because you must have to give a valid email address here. And then the password, actually the password is a tricky method here. First of all, I am going to check if this portion works. Okay, so here I am going to do another thing is here, you see, okay, this is okay. Here I am, if everything is okay, I am going to make a success message, and in the success message I am going to give profile data is updated successfully. So like this. Now what data I will update, that is full name and email. So update query I can give here, that is for example a statement PDO update. So a statement, if I write this PDO prepare, here if I write the update, it will write all other data for me. This is the GitHub Copilot, excellent, no problem. This is okay for now, this one. So here update users, I will update the users table, full name and email. These two items I am going to update. Where here it is important, based on which thing I will update the data, right? ID is also I have in my hand, because the ID is an unique thing, and when I have session data, all the session data is in my hand. So here I can give here the update will be full name, right? So post of full name will be updated. So this is the full name data. So I give here the full name, and then I have the post of email, and the last one ID is session admin of ID, because this is the logged in ID. This will not be changed, because based on this ID I am going to update the full name and email address. So okay, so let's do it. If it is working or not, I am going to refresh it. You see full name is John Doe, and here now I am going to update it. So 11 admin 11. So let's update it. You see in the line number 7 it is showing error. Why? If the post full name equal to this one, okay, I am going to log out again, and here I am going to log in. Data did not update it, so I am going to check why is the error. I am going to check it. So total 3 here is 3. If everything okay through, exception, error message, success message, that's also okay. I am going to do one thing in the login. What I did in the case of showing error message, I am going to copy it, and in the case of profile here I am going to the top, and here I am going to paste it. So here if error message error, and I am going to copy this one, and here I am going to give success message. If success message, then success message will be shown. So let's do it. If I do not give anything here, update full name cannot be empty, but line number 7 it is showing error. What error it is showing? Reload. Not this way. I'm going to inspect element. Okay, so it is showing me undefined array key full name in application profile. Undefined array key full name it is not getting. Why? Let's check it in which place I make error. You see that the name equal to name, actually it will be full name. Here I made the error, other is okay. So I hope now it will work. Refresh. So John Doe 11 admin 11 update, profile data is updated successfully, but you see that change is not showing here, right? If I go to edit, data is updated. If I go to table, you see that data is updated, but in all the places updated data is not showing. Why? Because when you update the data, then after the success message you will have to update the session variable, because in the browser session the previous data is loaded and it is showing. So I can just write like this. One is full name and another one is like this, another one I am going to put email. So full name and email both will be updated like this. Now if I refresh, it will not be shown, but now if I update like this, email will be like this, update successful. You see that if I now refresh, if I now refresh, in the top here John Doe updated, here updated, so here it is updated. In the admin I am going to check, admin 11 is updated, but it is not updated here. Why? admin@gmail.com is not updated. So here I am again going to check admin email. This is the email, is the name. Okay, so post of email will be admin of email. Here the an is small, n will be large. Okay, so let's do it. Update here, update. Yes, now it is working perfect. So make sure you do not make any wrong in the session variable uppercase and lowercase characters, so become careful. So I update it again and back it to its previous state. Refresh, you see that here John Doe, here. So if I refresh, yes, it comes back to the previous information again. Now in order to update the password, I am just going here into the password section. Here you see new password retype. I am just going to rename it. This is for example password, and retype password. So here I will check if a person want to change his password or not. If a person, that means if admin wants to change his password, then he must have to give the password in both two places. Otherwise I do not need to update it. So first of all I will check if the password is not empty. That means this one or this one. If admin give anything there, then only I will start the validating or checking the validation. So here I will check like this: if the post of password not equal to empty, or if the post of retype password, here I give here password, and here I am going to give the retype password not equal to empty. That means if any of these is not empty, password not equal to empty or password not equal to empty, then you see that already GitHub Copilot give me the full code, but no, I am going to code it manually, no problem. If these two items, any of this is not empty, then I will just check if the passwords are okay or not. So if, then the post password I am going to put not equal to the post of retype password, then I am going to show password does not match or passwords do not match. So password not equal to this. So both the password must have to match if the admin try to give password in any of the fields. So this is the logic here. And if everything is okay, that means if not equal to this, and if both are equal, so I can easily put here an else. Then what I will do, I am going, the already you see the Copilot give here the code. So what I will do, okay, here I can just write like this, password hash equal to, you see the password default, the new password I just encrypted now, and update the users set password where I equal to this, so I can update the password. So if I work like this, so I am going to do one thing, that is the email update. I am going to cut and going to paste it here. So step by step I am going to give here. So this section is to update name and email. All the codes are here. Okay, so simply this will be updated if there is no error here, and then after that it will come here, and this is update password. So update password code is here. Okay, and then I can give another one, that is update photo. So here I can give the update photo code. So this is one way to update everything. So you can follow this one, there is no problem. So I am going to update the photo. So how I can update the photo, I am going to the help general here, and photo upload system I am going to file upload system. Okay, so path and path temp, these two lines I am going to copy, and I am going to close this one and nav. Okay, so profile is okay. So here I am going to paste these two items. Here is not my file, I am going to profile bottom where there is photo. The photo is actually here. If you want to upload the photo, that is here, input type file, here name, you see this is photo. So in my case it is not my file, it is photo, and this is also photo. So path and temporary path. Now in order to upload, I am going to get the extension. So from here I am going to copy and paste it here. This one actually is the extension, and the file name is the time function dot extension. Now what I can do, finfo equal to this one, because I will get the MIME types. So these two lines I am going to check for the validation. So like this, so path temp, this one, and then MIME I will get what is the real MIME of this file. So if the file is this one, I am going to copy and I am going to paste it here. You see that if it is image PNG, these two, for example JPG or PNG are allowed. For example, if you want, you can also add the GIF, no problem. Then in the move uploaded files, I am just going to upload the file, move into the uploads folder. So not copy is needed here, image resize not needed, for example. So which photo the user will give, I will just upload that. That is perfectly fine for now. But if you want, if you can also use the resize system here. So here I am just going to upload the photo. Okay, so move uploaded file means the photo will be uploaded, so these things are not needed. So if I am going to check again, if this one or this one, then this one, else there will be an error, and that is the throw exception. And here I can give please upload a valid photo. Okay, so this one will be uploaded into the uploads folder. Where is the uploads folder? I am going to write the code. Carefully see it. I am going to write the code into the admin, right? Into the admin folder, there is actually the profile. So here my location is, I will have to out from there, so /uploads here. This is the location. And after uploading here, I will have to update the database also. So here I will have to update the database. So I am going to copy this one and here paste it, and here update user set photo, where ID equal to this, admin ID is equal to okay, but here the photo is file name, right, this one. So the file name is this one, and this is the final photo name. So here I will update the photo name. So in the database table, the photo name will be updated, and the photo will be moved into the uploads folder, and the name will be current timestamp value in order to make the name unique. Now if I go to the uploads folder, you see there is no timestamp value or photo here. This user is actually not needed. I am going to remove it, move to bin. Okay. Another one, before showing the photo here, I am going to show you another thing. I did not upload any photo yet, so it has no photo, right? So in the top here, the small photo, here I will have to apply the same rule that I applied into the profile.php. In the profile.php, I checked if there is photo, then it will be shown, otherwise the default photo will be shown. The similar thing I will add here into the layouts and into the top, into the nav. And in the nav, you see where is the upload front end, this one, right? So here I will have to apply the same thing here. So here I am going to copy this one and here paste it. If the session admin photo is equal to empty, then something else I am going to put it here, that is here, and here end if. So here if there is photo, then it will be like this session of admin photo, uploads of session of admin photo in the base URL. Otherwise the photo will be actually, I am going to copy this one because the class is separate here. So I am going to paste, but here instead, sorry, this one I cannot straight write into the HTML. I will have to call like this, echo this one. And here I will use the default.png. So default.png, this photo. So let's check it if it works or not. I am going to hard refresh. You see that now there is no photo is showing. That means it is working. Now I want to change this photo and password. I am not going to change the photo. For example, a person can want that he will not want to change any photo. He can think about it. Okay, it is possible. So here what I am going to check, if the path, when I am going to check the path, if he does not try to upload any photo, then the path will be empty. So here the full thing I am going to check, if the path not equal to empty, then only the things you see here will be worked. That means all the things that are coming here, I am going to paste it inside. So now let's check it, refresh, update, data is update successful. I want to give the password 121234. You see password do not match, that means an error message coming. If I give 12 and 12, update, profile data updated successfully. If I now want to log in, let's check 1234. Yes, does not match. That means I will have to give only 1212. You see I can now log in. So password update is working. Now I want to change the photo. If no photo, you see there is no problem, but now if I give any photo, that means I want to give a PDF file I want to upload. Update, please upload a valid photo. That means you want to try and PDF, but PDF is not allowed, so I must have to give a valid photo. So here I am going to take some sample photos, and for example I am going to upload some photos. Which photo I will upload? Profile photos, for example. Here are many persons, sample persons here. For example, I am going to bring some person, a person, good looking person. I am going to search. For example, he is the admin. Okay, that's good. This is a PNG file, so I select it from here. Now when I will upload, it should come in this location, right? So I am going to update. Yes. Now if you make a hard refresh, no, it is not working. Here it comes, but here it also comes on 03 on 6, the same error I did, that is the session variable. What I did in the case of other information update, you see that I updated the items here, session, admin, full name and email, right? So these two all automatically updated, but the other items I should update also. So in the case of photo, when it is successful, that means here I will do one thing, that is I am going to change the photo with the new photo, and the name will be changed, and here this will be file name, otherwise it will not work. So let's do it again, change the photo again by the same photo or other photo, for example this one. But here one thing to mention, that is when I will upload a new photo, the previous photo should be unlinked, right? So here you see, when I am going to update the photo, upload the new photo, and here move uploaded file, but if there is any previous photo I will have to check. So if any previous photo, that means if the session has any data, so session of admin photo not equal to empty, that means if the admin, there is no admin photo, or there is any single admin photo already there, then I will have to put the unlink. So unlink will be, unlink function uploads and session of admin photo will be unlinked. So okay, let's check if it works or not. I am going to refresh it again. So that means this photo will be removed and new photo will be uploaded. So I am going to select a new photo, this one for example, this one looks good. So open, and data is updated successfully. You see it is changed, great. So if I refresh it, the top section also updated. If I go here, you see that the previous one does not unlink. Okay, I will check it again, move to bin. This one is the new photo and the table is updated by the new photo. But if not equal to empty, if MIME type not equal to empty, session admin photo has no data, has some data, then only unlink, uploads, path is okay, and here admin photo, that means the previous photo. So it should work. Okay, it should work. I am going to try to get it again. So log out. So try to log in. Sorry, the password I did not change back. It is already 1 2, but I want to change it 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 update. Yes, now I want to change the photo again. This person, for example, open, update successful. You see now it is working. The previous one is removed and new photo is updated. And here if I refresh, you see that this person photo also comes. So the total update functionality is working here. After the profile page, you know there were some other pages in my HTML file, so I am going to work with those now. In the HTML there are some other files, for example invoice, form, table and setting. So I am going to create into the admin here total 4 other files. So here I am going to create touch setting.php, then yes, it comes. Then another file will be form.php, another one will be table.php, another one will be after table it is another one, for example invoice, right? So invoice.php. so total 4 items are given here. Now I am going to the sidebar. I will add some links in the sidebar. In the sidebar there are some things. You see that there is an index.html static links. This is an static index.html link. So I am going to change it. Here I am going to give here the admin panel means dashboard.php, and here the original URL will be admin URL, right? So this one I am going to copy and paste it here. That is also the same dashboard. And when a person will click on dashboard, here this will be the same link. For example, I am into the edit profile page. Now if I from the sidebar click on dashboard, it will come, right? So like this. And here there are some other things. For example, the setting, it will be setting.php that I have just created the file. This is form.php, and then there is a table. This is table.php, okay, and another one is invoice.php, okay. Here my task is done, but here you see when I am in the dashboard, then dashboard is selected. That is perfectly fine. The drop down items, I am now going to stop this because I do not have any drop down items. I am just going to make it commented, okay. So when a person selected dashboard, then dashboard is selected. This is very easy and okay. But when I am going to show the profile.php, you see the dashboard is still selected. So this is bad because there is li class equal to active, but in other cases you see there is no active class. Where there is a active class, the li class equal to active. So for this reason this one is selected. If I remove the active, if you refresh, you will see that this is no more selected. So here I will have to maintain this. How I can maintain this? The current page. If I want to show the current page here, for example dashboard, here I want to show the current page. So php echo cur page. Now if it will come or not, I am going to check profile.php. Yes, it is coming. From where it is coming? Because I already have defined it into my top.php. You see that the car page equal to the current page name. So here I can easily check the things. So I am not going to make it here. I am just going to check. So here in the case of active, if it will active or not, how I will check? So here I am going to check like this. If the current page, so if the car page equal to dashboard.php, then echo active. So something like this. The same thing I am going to paste it here. That is, if the current page is setting, then it will be active. If the current page is form, then it will be active. If the current page is table, if the current page is invoice, then it will be active. So refresh, you see that it is not dashboard, so it is not active. If I click on dashboard, you see this is blue color and this is selected. That means that is active now. Now I am going to work with the settings pages. For example, the setting.php, this is blank now. I am going to remove now all other pages. Never remove profile is okay. Here, from here I am going to copy and paste it here. So each page has these items, so top and footer. I am going to copy, and all the pages, form, table, setting, and another one is invoice. So in all other pages I am going to paste the information. Okay, so profile I am going to close it, login I am going to close it. Now I am going to open one by one the HTML. So for example, the setting.html, I am going to open it in my editor. So in the setting, after the sidebar, I will copy the code. The main content code is from here to here. This is setting, so I am going to copy the code from here, and into my setting.php I am going to paste it into the middle. Okay, so okay, this one should work now. So from here, if I click on setting, you see that it comes nice. Existing photo is not showing because due to the link upload logo.png is not getting. If I put here the admin URL or something like that, echo admin URL, it will probably come. The logo is not coming because actually there is probably no logo. I am going to check in the uploads. Actually there is logo.png is there, uploads, but it is not into the admin URL. It will be the base URL. So now if I want to check refresh, yes, the logo is coming. Okay, that's working perfect. Now I am going to check the sidebar. When I click on settings, the setting page come, and the left side you see the setting is highlighted. The similar way I am now going to close the setting. Okay, now I am going to open another HTML, that is the form. So form.html I am going to open with my editor, and I am going to check the main content section. This is the main content and it ends here. So I am going to copy the code. Okay, and in my form.php in the middle I am going to paste the code here. So okay, let's check if it is working or not. I am going to on the form.php, yes, all the things, all the time picker, date picker, text area, etc. are working perfectly. Okay, and also you see the form from the left side is highlighted now. So I am going to close the form now. I am going to open another one, that is the table. So table, I bring it here, and I am going to the main content section, and from here the table ends here. So I am going to copy the code, the full code from here I am going to copy, and in the table inside here I am going to paste the codes. Now I am going to make it aligned. Okay, that's perfect. So let's check if it is working. Table, yes, table is selected, also it comes. Yes, search functionality is coming, everything pop-up coming, this pop-up also comes. Okay, perfect. Now I am going to close the table, and the last one is invoice. So I am going to open the invoice.html in my editor, and I am going to check the main content section, start from here and ends here. So I am going to copy the code, main content, and into the invoice.php here I am going to paste it. Okay, so here like this. So invoice should come here. Okay, there is any photo? No. Okay, now if I click here, you see that it is coming perfectly. So invoice to, invoice date, and all other things coming. Welcome to the front end of this website, and this is the website front end that I am going to implement. This is a news portal website, and this is the home page you will see. And in this home page you will see there is a menu, there is a logo, there is a top bar. In the top bar you will see the date of today, contact information, and some links. In the header section you will see two items, one is logo and advertisement, and another one is menu. In the logo there is just a logo, and there is advertisement section for this. And in the menu you will see that the home menu and some category and subcategory items are showing here. you see that this is a sports category for the news, and this is a football, cricket, baseball. These are the subcategory of sports category. So there is a main category and subcategory. This is another category and subcategory. This is another category, subcategory. In this way, some main categories are showing in the top section. And if you go to the right side, you will see there is a photo gallery and video gallery section. And there is a FAQ page, about page, contact page, also login page. And here you see a sticky news is going to show here. That is the latest news, one after another it is coming with an animation. And then there is a main section of the website, that is a hero section, and here is a main top news. That means you can show here the latest the last news or the latest news here, and after that the second latest news here, then the third latest news here. In this way, total 3 items are showing here. After that, there is a advertisement section, that is in the home page, and you will see there is a search option. If you want to search any news, you can search the news by title or description. You can search the news by the main category, and you can search by the subcategory. When you will see any main category, then only the subcategories under that particular category will come here. That I will show you how to implement. And then after clicking on the search, it will take you to the search result page. And here you see there is a main category section. Here is sports category news. Here it can be entertainment. There can be another one. Here you see currently all are sports, but this is just a sample. But when I will implement, this will be separate. Not the same thing will come repeatedly. It will be different. And here you will see there is a sports news. This is the main category, and under this category all the sports news are coming here. And here you will see that news title, news photo, news short description is coming. Who published this news is showing here, and when it was published is showing here. Who will publish this news? In this total website, the news, any news can be published by admin, and any news can be published by the author. So admin can create multiple authors from the admin panel, and I will show you how to implement that author login system here. But for your understanding, I am just going to tell you now so that you can understand. And how many items you will show in the home page like a sports, and which items you will want to show in the home page. Everything can be controlled by the backend. So I will show you that later. And in the right side you will see there is an advertisement section. That is actually the sidebar of this website. There is a text section, there is archive section. That means if you want to show all the news by the month, you will be able to show from here. And if you want to show all the news by tags, if you click here, then tag wise news will be shown in front of you. Then there is a live channel section. That is any sticky video or any special video you can show here. And there is a popular news, so last 3 or last 4 popular news or the recent news, this section you will be able to show in this place. And after that there is another advertisement section. So in the sidebar there are 2 places for advertisement, that is the top section and another one is bottom section. And another advertisement is in the top and another one is in the home page only. So these are the 4 items, and another advertisement, that is the 5th advertisement section, that is above the footer. So these are the advertisement sections actually. And after the popular news and advertisement, there is an online poll system. So you can select any answer for this current poll and click on submit. And if you want to see the old result, if you click here, it will take you to the old result section where you will be able to see the polls by percentage. So this is in short the system. And there is a video section here. You will see all the videos will come one after another, and each video will have a video and title and then the published time when the video was published. And in the footer, if you see, you will see there is about a section, the useful links, contact information, and the newsletter subscription. I will show you how to apply the newsletter subscription here, and how you can control the contact information, social information in the footer, copyright. I will show you everything. And this is one page, and if you go to click on the FAQ, you will see this is the FAQ page, and I will make it completely dynamic so that you can understand. There is the about page, This is just the static about section. Here there is a contact page. If any person want to contact the admin of this website, he can give his name, email address, and then message. He can send the message from here. And there is a photo gallery section. Here you will see all the photo galleries will come here, and a nice pagination will come here, so that after a particular number of photos you will be able to check the other pages. And if you click on any photo, it will come in the pop-up like this, and the photo heading and date will be shown here only. And this is the video gallery section. All the videos are showing here, also the video title, and when it was published will be shown here. And you will see there is a login page. If I go to show you the login, you will understand. If I click here, you will see this is the login, and this is actually the author login. Author will be able to give his email address and password and then login. After only admin create author, author will be able to log in here. And after the login, author can change his email address, author can change all his information. That I will show you later when I will implement that section. That is not implemented yet here. And if I go to check another thing, that is, if I close here, this is actually the post detail page. When you will click on any post, for example, this is a post, this is a post, and this is a post, like this. So if you click on any post, it will take you to the particular post page, and this is the post detail. And here you will see the post heading will be shown here. Sidebar will be similar to the home page. I did not change it. And here you will see the post main photo. The post title is here, and also the author name will be here, the category will be here, the date when it was posted will be here, how many people saw this post, the total number of views will be shown here, and I will implement it so that you can understand. Then the post detail or the post description will be shown in this section, and after that the post tags will be here. And after that there will be post comments, how many people commented to here, it will be shown here. And after that there will be a leave a comment section. So if a person want to give a new comment, he will be able to post comment here. And in the bottom there is a related news section, so that the same category other news you will be able to show in this section. So this is in short my HTML, and these are the pages, and there is a category.html. So here if I want to show category.html, you will see that when a person want to show all the news of any particular category or subcategory, for example, I select baseball, or from here you can go another subcategory. So if you click here, it will take you to a layout that is like this. So after under that category, all the news will be shown in this position. So this is in short the total home page, total front end layout, and I hope you have understand. I will implement this step by step. Now I am going to start the mastering task. You will see that this is the admin panel PHP and this is the front end HTML. If I go to the main folder, you will see in my project folder there are two items. One is admin panel PHP and another one is front end HTML. Front end HTML is completely HTML structure that I already have shown in front of you when I described the HTML structure. And admin panel PHP was the complete admin panel task that I showed you when I worked with the admin panel. So this admin panel PHP actually my main project, right? So I am going to rename it. If you are going to use the Windows, then there are many ways, and in my here also you can rename using the right click, and if I click left click double time, then it tells me to change the name. So I can give here the news portal PHP. So this can be the project name. So if I change this name, that is news portal PHP, then here this link will not work anymore. So here I will have to write here the news portal PHP, then it will work. And if I work like this, the name I changed is news portal PHP. So I will have to change the database name, that was admin panel PHP. I am going to operation and rename database to news portal PHP. Then click on the go button. Okay. and you will see my database name has been changed. Another place that I will need to change, I am going to use the VS Code editor and drag and drop my folder, that is news portal PHP here. This is the main project folder from now, and here I am going to open the config file, and this is the config.php file, and here I am going to change it, that is the news portal PHP, because this is my database name, and the folder name I changed to news portal PHP, so I will have to change the base URL this name, otherwise it will not work. And there is a SMTP information, I am going to check it. SMTP information, that means the Mailtrap. So I am going to log in with the Mailtrap now. And in my Mailtrap, you will see there is a sandboxes section, and in the sandboxes, if you want, you can create a new sandbox from here, or you can use the existing sandbox, that is my inbox, and here is no mail yet, and from here I can change everything. For example, this is the host name. My host name already is this, so nothing to change here. What thing I will need to change is username, so click here to copy, and I change the username here, and this is the password. Click here to copy and paste it here. So okay, so this is the everything about the admin panel, and like this I am going to check a contact at the top your website, or here I write the example.com. so okay, and the test credential in the user, you see the email will be actually the admin at the rate of example.com. I am going to change it to a sample email address, that is this one, and the full name is this one, no problem. The role is this. So these are actually the users table. So you can use the users table if I want to use the single table for the admin or for the author. For any person I can use this, so both the person can have a full name, email, photo. And if I go to login now in this system, admin at the rate of example.com 1 2 3 4, and you will see that this is here. Okay, and this is the thing, and here edit profile, you can change the profile from here, dashboard. Okay, so there is a photo and the name and email, total 3 main information are given here. So instead of full name, I can write here only name, that will be better I think. Name, email, photo, and password is okay, token is needed, role is this, status is 1 for the admin. And I will use this same panel the same way, that is for the author. So that is okay, I will not change it now. It is here, and that is good. So if I log out and if I try to use the dashboard again, it is not possible. That means actually it is working without any issue. So okay, perfect. Now everything is working here. So my template mastering task I will have to start here now, because my file rename section is done. So I will start that for now. So what I am going to do, update the extension. Okay, so in the admin you see there was the dist admin folder. So similarly in my case I will create here a folder in this project. So here I create, that is dist front. So like the admin items in the dist front, I will put everything from the front-end HTML. That means all the folders of this I am going to copy, and here into my dist front I am going to paste it. Only the uploads folder is not needed. So sample upload items I am going to move from here into my main uploads. Okay, so apply to all, replace. Okay, and in the dist front here, this upload is not needed, so remove it. So uploads is the main uploads section or main folder section that I am going to use, and from the front end HTML or all other things I will need to copy and paste it here. So all the HTML items I am going to copy from here, and in the news portal here I am going to paste. Here is a logo.phd. If you want, you can just put it here. Okay, so I do not need the front end HTML anymore because I already have this, but it is here, no problem. I am not going to touch it. And now you will see that my code for the index.html is this one. So this is my main home page. So if I want to break the pages, so first thing is I will create a separate header and footer that I will call for each other pages. For example, for the about page, for the index page, for the FAQ page, I will use the same header because I do not want to copy CSS code, JavaScript code, everything multiple times in the PHP. So I need a common header file and common footer file. So I will need to create here header.php, and another one is footer.php. Another one that is for the home page will be needed index.php page here. So from the index.html I will copy everything to the index.php. So from here I am going to cut it and paste it here, and index.html page I am going to completely remove this one. So the index.php is the only page now. And the similar thing that is I am going to use, that is the header part. So if you go to check the here, you will see that up to this section each page is similar, that is up to the menu. So this is the top section, that is after that there is a header section and then website menu. So all the three sections are here, and if I want, I am going to show you here, that is news portal PHP. So right here index.php. okay, so it will not work, that is okay, but in the FAQ page you will see, if I manually want to check if there is a new sticker item into the about or FAQ, I am going to find it. No, there is no new sticker. So this is only the home page item. So from here to top I am going to cut each, paste it into the header.php. So in the index.php in the top I will call that header. So here I am going to write include, and that is header.php. okay, so something like that. And the footer items that will come actually from here after about a section useful links. So it is actually the footer. So I am going to the bottom, and where footer starts, the footer starts actually after the video section, ad section, this one, right? So this is the footer. So I cut everything from here and paste it into the footer. So in the index in the bottom I will have to call it like the footer. So include, that is footer.php, and here I can write this one. So it is okay. I call the footer, and all other codes inside is okay. I just make it a good shape. So call the footer top and call the footer bottom and call the header top. So if I now go to refresh the index.php, you are seeing that it is okay, but CSS is not getting. CSS and JavaScript is not working because in the header I do not have anything into the CSS because I am into the header. It will start searching by dist front. So CSS is into the dist front folder. So here I will have to write dist front. If you write like this, then only it will work. And then CSS is this, and similarly this one, animate, this one, this one, this one. So I can select all the CSS like this and call the dist front in this way. Similarly, in the case of JS, I am going to select everything and paste it here, dist front. Okay, and uploads is okay, do not need to change. And in the footer, if there is any JavaScript, item in the footer, I am going to check only one item. So here paste it. Now if I want to refresh, you will see that the front end is coming, JavaScript is working this way. Yes, CSS and JavaScript both are working here. Yes, it is working. If I go to check it, yes, it is also working. So this is the template mastering, and this is the home page you see. So in the home you see index.html was the thing. So I can search it by index.html. It is not here, it is actually here, index.html. So I am going to search where there is index.html. I select all the occurrence and then replace by .php. And another one that I will work with, that is about.html. So here I rename this file, that is PHP for example, and header will be like this, what I called here. I am going to select up to that website menu. So this item I am going to replace by header.php. Okay, and in the bottom this is the footer. So I am going to replace it, and this is the footer. And now just format it. So okay, so about page is also done. So in the header, if I go to check the about.html, it was only in this place. So write it to PHP. Now let's check if it works. I am going to hard refresh. Click here, it is showing the about page. It is working. And if I go to click here, you will see I am going to home page. So from here to about page and from here to home page. So it is working without any issue. But the menu, if I want to separate the menu, it is also possible. You can create here, for example, nav.php if you want, and the menu codes, as it is a big code, so the complete website menu items you can push into there. For example, the UL items, it is actually the main menu items. So here I can paste it here. In this way you can separate the menu. You will have to also call it, otherwise it will not work. If you refresh, you see menu is not here now. So in order to work with that, you will have to call include nav.php. So now if I refresh, yes, menu comes here again. So in the about page menu coming, and in the home page menu coming. Now you will see one thing, that is index.php. If I click about.php, so this is okay, no problem. Now I am going to show you another one, that is, for example, in the header, what I did in the case of admin, I am going to check it. For example, in the dashboard, this was the link admin. You see that admin URL, then login.php, right? When I go to another place, then I used, you will see that in the case of login, in the case of admin login, you see echo admin URL, then forget password.php. In this way, I used the links. So in my navigation, where I used a straight index.php, it should not be a straight. Here I will have to write my base URL. If I go to the config, how I wrote the admin URL, because I defined it admin URL. And similar way, I have the base URL, right? So I am going not straight this way. Before it, I am going to write here, that is php echo base URL. So this is the safe, and in this way there will be no breakdown. And when I will work with the pagination, you will see that I must have to apply in this way, otherwise it will not work. So I use the link like this. So here I am going to write this on, I am going to copy it, and in all other places where there is index.php, for example index.php, here is on time, and there is a header there where I used it. So I put like base URL, and where there is index.php, this on only one place, so it is okay. So now I will have to write this way in all places, about.php. Here I also write the base URL, then about.php. So in this way. And here you see FAQ, it is here. Yes, everywhere I can write, no problem. And I will change other pages. For example, like the FAQ page, I am going to write .php. So let's go to change it. In the FAQ page, I will apply the same thing, that is header.php. In here I will have to call, so it will be after the menu, so this thing, so refresh. Okay, and another one is footer that starts here, so I replace it, and so it is footer. So now I do like this way, so it is okay. And this is my FAQ page. You see there is a category.html. I will apply the same thing here, so category.php. So open that page, and similarly like this, what I am going to do in my header. Yes, so in the category I am going to replace this thing by header.php. Page content ends where it ends here, so footer starts here, so replace it by footer, so it is footer.php. So now I just use like this. So this is my category. So like the category, you will see there is a contact.html, so let's change it, contact.php. Open it. Now I am going to replace it by header.php, and then footer is here, so I replace it by footer.php. So in this way, so okay, so this is header and footer. So this is the contact. So all the HTML I will have to change, disclaimer, and here .php. So let's open that now and close others that I already have changed. So in the disclaimer, I am going to change it by header.php. It is okay. And then there is a footer, replace it by footer, and then format it. So this is my footer.php. So this is the disclaimer. Okay, now login.html, in this case login.php, I am going to apply it here. Close the disclaimer, FAQ not needed for now, and here I am going to replace header, so it is okay. And footer is here, that is this one, and here I will have to write footer.php. So format it now. Okay, perfect. So after login, there is a photo gallery, so I am going to change it by photogallery.php. Similarly, I am going to change it by this one. So this is my header, and then footer starts here this one. So footer.php is here, so I am going to write like this way. So fine, it should work. And photo gallery is done, and now my poll result. So here similar way, it will be header.php, but I did not change the extension. I will have to change the extension to PHP. So this way, and after that, where footer starts here, replace it by this code. So okay, so this is the thing. Then post.html, I am going to replace it by post.php. Open it, and then do the same thing. So header, this one is header, and then footer is here. Here is footer. Okay, so this one will be footer. So this one is done. Okay, So now there is a privacy, sorry, footer, yes, footer is okay. Privacy.html, here I am going to replace by this, and then this one is the header, and after that footer is here, footer.php, this one is here, and this one terms.html, here I am going to write terms, sorry, it is rename PHP, and now open that page, and after opening that page I am going to change it. So header.php is here, and then footer, so footer is this one will be footer.php. Now format it like this, and then in the bottom the last one is video gallery.php. Open that, and then I do the same thing here, and then like this way, and this is the footer. Refresh. Now this is okay. I hope everything is fine. In each of the pages you will see in the top this line is common. If I globally search it here, you will see in all 12 pages this one presents. So I will replace it. I will apply here hot thing. One is the base URL system, you know, so I will apply PHP echo base URL, and then instead of index.html it will be index.php. So I replace every places. You see in this place it is changed. If I go to contact page, you see it is changed. So in all pages this is changed. Now if I go to the post here, post.php, you will see that category.html here. So here I will write PHP, and here the base URL will be here. It is okay, no problem. And now I am going on to check what other places are there. So I can check manually the header. Here you see uploads, favicon, and for dist front CSS. So all the CSS I will have to select in this way, one by one, and here I will have to write base URL and then dist front, so it is better. Similar thing I will have to apply here. So base URL dist front, and here I am going to check it, that is FAQ HTML, you see. So no more HTML, it will be .php, and it will be PHP, and it will be PHP, so no HTML. So in this way I write like this. So good. Now if I go to the footer, you will see the important item is this. Here it will be base URL, then custom.js, and in the footer there are some links, this is the HTML. So all the HTML I am going to replace by PHP, and in front of every item I am going to replace by base URL. So it should work, and other things are okay. I am not going to change anything here. So this is the header and footer and menu. So I am going to check my menu, that means nav.php. Here I already have written this one. Only the photo gallery and video gallery is the last two items, and change the HTML to PHP. And I will check a global check I will operate. That means if there is any file by .html remains. So I check .html, and you see there is no .html. All the things that is showing here, that is other places, but not any PHP file I get where it is found only three places: category.php, index, and post. So open this, you see poll result.html. So this is the place, and here is another one. Here is also PHP, and in the post there is a poll result PHP. So poll result PHP is where, so I am going to check it. You see here on place, so I replace it by PHP echo base URL. Okay, so this one I am going to copy, and in all other places I will replace it. So now close all the things. I hope everything is linked now. If I now go to refresh, it should work. Index.php, here what is happening? Inspect, undefined base URL to where? Header.php. The problem is the header.php, if I do not run the config, it will not get. In the admin, what I did, in the case of admin panel header, that means in the admin panel there is a layout header. So here you see for the session I call this. So similarly I will do something in the top like this one. I am going to copy everything, and in my header of the front end I paste it. Only this vendor autoload, there will be no // it will be vendor autoload. This is for sending mail, you know, and this is the thing. So this item, and here you see when you call the vendor autoload, so it is okay. It is okay for the layouts, but still there is a top. So in the top, this is actually the main file. So there was the include config file. So in my case, I will have to call that include here. Otherwise it will not work. So here I will have to call the config, but the config is into the config. So I am straight removing it and just call config.php. Now it should work. So refresh it. Yes. So there is no problem now. And if you click here, you can also call the home page and other pages only base URL instead of index.php. Where there is index.php, just call the base URL. That is better, and it is okay. And I am going to check uploads. You see there is uploads file. So where there is uploads, you can also call the base URL uploads in all the places where there is a file upload. Okay. So in this way you can also search the upload slash. Here is a favicon also. So href equal to uploads, where there is a straight these things. So this one you see that should work. I am again going to check, that is upload slash, but href equal to this. So in the photo gallery you see there was a like this one. So straight select all the items from here, and you can just put this one. And another one is src equal to uploads. So it is in many cases. For example, here image src equal to uploads. So I select all the items in these pages, and here I will just replace it by base URL. So all are changed, right? All are changed. In the index there is a src equal to uploads, so something like that. So I select all the items, and before each uploads I apply this one, and you see everything is changed. There is no issue. I manually check in some places. Okay, so there is nothing problem. And in two other places, one is photo gallery, and in the photo gallery I now select this one and select all, and similarly just put base URL. And post.php, here are some items like this. So I select every items, and now before uploads I apply this. So you see this one is okay, this one okay, and here is this one, this is also okay. So okay, perfect, no problem. So if I hard refresh, you see everything is working. And like the header.php, yes, where I remove the index.php. Same thing is into other, that is the like the other, that means index.php or nav, you can call it a nav. So from the nav I also remove this. Another is in the about page and in other pages where there is a breadcrumb, I applied this item. So just search it here and you will see in all other places 13 result is this. So I will replace here, replace it by this one, no index.php needed. So replace, okay. So there is nowhere where you will get index.php now, I hope. So index.php, you see these are the help files, but there is no php file. Okay, so close everything for now and refresh. You will see if I click contact, it is taking me to contact. If I home, there is nothing here, that means no index.php also. But if you can give here index.php, it will also work, but normally I remove this link when a person click here, and all the pages, all the links should work. If I go to photo gallery, yes, everything is working, extension is .php, video gallery, it is working, about FAQ, everything is working, and all the JavaScript loads is working. If I click on here, yes, it is working. So all JavaScript also working. Contact page, it is also working. Login page working. And if I go manually here, the post.php, it is working. Yes, everything is working without any issue.